Here we go. All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of SWAC Smoke. As you can see, it's Thursday, and you know how it go down. Got your boy C. Wells in the house. Got Jamie G in the house, man. He out there on the streets, hitting the streets, doing his thing. So he's out there with us. We're going to chop it up like we normally do, but this, little bit of that. Got a lot of SWAC drama took place last week, so we're going to talk about it all. We're going to talk about the upcoming games. And how you doing today?
Man, I'm good. Hey, you see, I'm posted at Law, Mississippi. So what up, everybody? What's good? Tap in with your boy.
Out there doing your thing. Yeah, y'all lock in with us, man. Like I said, they got a lot of crazy stuff that took place. You know, we're gonna touch on all of it as we go. First, let's run through some of these games that took place last week. We're gonna say the good stuff for a little bit later on in the recap. Let me look at my schedule. Let's start off with FAMU and South Carolina State. What you think about that game?
Yeah, yeah, that game it turned out to be at first it looked like it was gonna be a blowout, and it turned out to be probably one of the best games of the whole weekend. FAMU was up on them for the longest, and then South Carolina State toward the end really had a good fight and push. And man, I think South Carolina State really had a good quarterback. Man, they might would have beat FAMU. I mean, that was a good physical game. Xavier Smith, he ate in that game, man, and it, you know, that game that was a good game.
Yeah, like you say, South Carolina State offense is just a quarterback away. I don't know. It's like they're not really growing offensively. I mean, Shaq Davis, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the dude continued to do what he do. Xavier Smith, like you said, he still had his typical good game. 102 yards and a touchdown. Shareed, 56 yards and a touchdown. But you know, FAMU had this game on lock to the fourth quarter, and they just couldn't put it away. But they found a way to win, and that's what you got to do. You know, that's the mark of a team that's at least knowing how to win. You got to win these kind of games. Ugly, pretty, whatever it takes, you got to win. All right. Let's look at Alabama A&M 37, Grambling 31, double overtime game.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was on HBCU Go. And, man, that was a back and forth battle if you like points and you like action, man. And at the end, I'm going to tell you, that boy Quincy Casey stepped up. He had a pretty good game, man. That was a good comeout game for him. And
he had a real good game. 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. He even caught a pass in this game. They did a little bit of everything with him. Had a 27-yard pass, ran for 10 yards. He did a little bit of everything. So I think this was a good game for him. He needed this. You know, he's been kind of up and down all year. He needed a good game, but their running game is still what's driving the car for this team, man. Eaglin, 126 yards, 2 touchdowns. They look like they done found their guy on the ground, man.
Yeah, it looked like Grambling steady having a Cupid shuffle when it comes to quarterbacks. It looked like three different quarterbacks in the game, and you know, all of them kind of pretty much played the same. And Maurice Washington really didn't get off like he was supposed to get off. He had looked like 39 yards and a touchdown, but looked like they were kind of shuffling in a bunch of backs too in that game, man.
Yeah, they played 3 quarterbacks. Nobody really stood out. Calvez had 74 yards passing on a touchdown. Hawkins 73 yards passing on a touchdown. Chance Amy had 23 yards passing. Amy ran for 38 yards and a touchdown. Like you said, Washington had 39 and a touchdown. Only 9 carries. You know, I mean, I know he was banged up, but I think, you know, that guy workload got to increase a little bit. because he's an explosive guy. He's averaging like 10 yards a carry. So you need to get the ball in his hands, as much as possible. So Grambling still trying to find their quarterback, and we getting late in the season. I said this clean, man. It's not 100% clean because I didn't put the razor to it, but I buzzed the hell out of it. Because I cut my hair, so that's the easiest way I can not mess it up. So I just buzz it and get it over with. My father did cut hair. I wasn't blessed with 100% barber skills, so I can do a hell of a buzz though. So that's what I got going on right here. I never did a clean shave before though, man. My best friend used to go with the straight bald head with the razor. I never could do it. So I just always cut it low and pass the time with that. But like I say, man, Grambling still trying to figure some things out. We're getting midpoint of the season and you don't have a quarterback. I think that's kind of a bad thing right now.
Yeah, they looking pretty bad right now, man. I don't even think the way that they on track not to even win any more games this season, the way they've been playing. Alabama A&M defense played pretty good in this game. They had that quarterback sack at the end to secure the victory. Man, that was nice, man.
Yeah, they defense has turned the corner this season. What's up, man? What's up to my Jaguars in the house? I know y'all gonna be on the bluff this weekend, but this Alabama A&M defense, I was saying it all preseason. The defense to be, they had to step up, and they've been pretty good, especially against the run. They, I think they ranked 5 or 6 in the conference in run defense, and that's big. That helps you control a game. The passing defense still not really where it need to be, but at least you're able to stop people now in some form or fashion. Last year they couldn't stop anybody, so that's a good step to take. Take them little incremental steps and see where you stand. So I think the defense is getting better. The running game is getting better. The passing game seems to be coming around. We'll see. We'll see what they do for the rest of the season. The next game that we have is Pine Bluff losing 24-17 to Texas Southern.
Man, I looked at the statistics of that game. It turned out to be a really good game, and if you go by statistics, they almost kind of mirrored each other. And I noticed in that game, I think Texas Southern had like 3 turnovers and still won the game. And I was like, it was kind of one of those games where they both played sloppy, but Texas Southern did get the win. I don't know, man. Pine Bluff with 76 yards of total passing. I mean, you're not gonna win very much games if you can't get that passing game going. They did pretty good on the rushing with Britton, I believe. I think he had about 2 touchdowns, almost 100 yards.
Yeah,
if I'm correct.
He had a good bounce back game week. Man, that's a shame, man. We're gonna miss you up on the bluff this weekend. I'm glad I don't work. I don't work nights. I work in the daytime, so I probably work a couple hours Saturday morning. But ain't no way I'm working no Saturday night. But like I say, Pine Bluff Britton had a good bounce back game, but TSU defense quiet as kept. Like my boy Lo J say, that defense has gotten a lot better. They moving up the ladder on the ranks in the conference in defense. I think they, like I said, they did. Like you said, they held Pine Bluff to 76 yards passing. They kept them really stagnant for a long time. Now the offense is kind of up and down, but the defense is quiet as kept. They've been playing good defense all year. They haven't given up a lot of points in conference play, other than the first week of the season. But other than that, they haven't given up very many points. So that defense is playing well. The offense is still got the ability. They didn't run. They ran for 79 yards this week, which kind of was a surprise to me. But I think Texas Southern still got a chance to make some waves in this division.
Yeah, that was surprising when you said 79 yards rushing when UAPB played Alcorn and gave up almost over 300 yards, man. I was surprised that TSU wasn't able to run the ball better than what they ran. So I mean, that offense for TSU, if it ever really get to clicking the way the defense is clicking, man, that could be a very dangerous team toward the end, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my eyes on it. They got bye week this week coming up, so they get to kind of regroup and maybe get that offense back on track. But that second part of the season, definitely gonna keep my eyes on the Tigers. Let's talk Bethune-Cookman, man. I thought Bethune-Cookman could win this game, and they had no chance. 41-17.
They didn't even have a chance. I mean, it was no. I think it was pretty much settled in the first half. I think it was like 27 to was about 7 in the first half, something like that. But man,
20,
Bethune
31-7.
Yeah, Bethune, man. Turnovers kind of killed them, and it seemed like they still relying on Jalen Jones to move that whole offense. Kamani Everett still ain't getting the ball like he's supposed to, man. They defense played pretty good, but I mean, if you can't get that offense going, I mean, you're not going to expect to win against Tennessee State, because I think Tennessee State had a few turnovers that they could have capitalized off of, but they didn't take advantage of it, man. I mean, it wasn't like Tennessee State played the best game when you look at the statistics,
Oh, we're gonna get to this one here in a minute. I know my boy gonna have something to say about this one, but we're gonna come back to that part. But 24 points by Tennessee State in the second quarter. That'll do anybody in, man. You can't give up 24 ounce of points and expect to stay in a game. So that game definitely got away from them. I didn't, man. Who running back got knocked out? Did you see somebody running back get knocked out? Let me know who that is. I want to go back and see that. If you're okay, I want to go back and watch it. I don't want to see nobody get no tour situation.
Is he talking about Quayshawn Bird or the Devon Starling? Which back he talking about? Is it Bethune back or is it the back from Tennessee State?
Bethune.
Oh, okay.
No, I didn't see that. I'm gonna have to go back and try to find that. Hopefully, he okay. We don't need nobody getting hurt, but football is a hard hit game, so you can't take the hitting out of it. The last game on the undercard this week, Valley and Alcorn.
Oh, Valley never stood a chance in this game, man. Alcorn passed the ball very well, even though Aaron Allen didn't score a touchdown, but Howard for Alcorn had a pretty good game on the ground. He had like 2 touchdowns, and they spreaded the ball well amongst those backs. But at one point in the game, it was close for the longest. I think it was like 14-7 for the longest, and then that second half, I think Alcorn took advantage of having that depth where Valley don't have the depth, and just took over the game and kind of wore them out and just pulled off on them. But it seemed like Valley's offense still stagnant. I don't see they can't get it going.
I thought Valley had a chance when I kept looking at the score. It was like 14-7 for the longest, and I was like, man, they might can make a move here, but like you said, they wear down. They can't keep up. If they have yet to have a lead, really, I don't think this season. So I think they may have had 1 or 2 leads early, but they can't. Once they lose that lead, they can't get it back. I do want to salute Tyler Smith from Alcorn, man. Got him a touchdown in that game. I know a lot of the situation with him and his family. Really tragic situation with his family. But he was able to get him a touchdown in that game at the very end of the game. I thought that was a great look. Coach McNair gave him the game ball of the game. So, I think that's just a good, just a good moment. Game was over, but a moment like that gonna mean a lot to him forever. So definitely want to shout him out on that, because that's what sports and life is all about, man. Trying to have those moments of reprieve from life. So I definitely want to shout him out on that. All right, man.
Yeah.
Let's jump to. Oh, you had anything else moving on the game?
Oh yeah. Just big shout out to everybody that contributed to Tyler's that fun. I know I did. I dropped him a little something and to help him out, man. That was tragic, but that was one of those great moments in sports. Definitely in the SWAC. That's one of the feel good stories. I'm glad he was able to get a touchdown in that game, man. He did. He made it look good too. He was
Oh
moving
yeah,
for big money.
he got it, man. And like I said, when I saw it, I was like, man, that made, just in that moment, it put everybody together, man, and put all that stuff on the side, man. Like life is bigger than sports, and we always talk family in the SWAC. Yeah, we beef and we fight and we argue, but at the end of the day, it is family, and that's what that's what it's all about. Rounding up support for a young man that's going through a tough time. So, everybody, I think we all did what we could in whatever manner that we could. So, I think he definitely understands that there's a lot of people out here, that don't wear purple and gold that show love. So, that's what it's all about. I hate to jump from such a great story to some craziness. But I don't know which game I want to start with. Let's start with Southern, man. We start with Southern and Prairie View.
Oh yeah, that game. That was a good game toward well, first of all, let's talk about the fight beforehand. Because Southern won the fight and Southern won the game. I mean, like, the game was close for a period of time, and then that second half, man, Southern just took off. And that boy McCray, man, he looked like the real deal. He'd had 2 consecutive great games, man. He ran the ball for a good amount of yards, and he was passing. Boy looked like Lamar Jackson out there, man.
Hey, let's pump it a little bit. No, but seriously, man, this probably was his best game of the season.
Got on them boys, man.
This probably was his best game of the season. He was in full control of the offense. He was, I think, 16 for 22 passing, so he was pretty accurate. He ran the ball for 85 yards, I think, 2 touchdowns, threw for 2 touchdowns. He just played it. He ran that offense like it was meant to be run. No interceptions, which is huge for Southern. No turnovers in this game. Defensively, they forced a turnover. They scored another touchdown, which is their 5th touchdown season. That's tops in the country. The defense is scoring points. The offense is doing their thing. Prairie View defense, they hung in there for a good portion of the game. Their passing attack the lack of a passing attack consistently finally caught up with them. That second half, like I say, Sun was clicking all cylinders second half. I will say for what we're gonna talk about the fight a little bit. I don't want to talk about it too much, but the game itself was surprisingly, the stuff went well considering what happened before the game. Because if you saw what happened before the game, then you pretty much figured this game was gonna be chippy all game long. Now they had some talking back and forth, but I think the coaches and the refs and everybody did a good job of keeping this game under control, because it could have, when you throwing hands and they were throwing hands, this was a fight. This, pushing and stuffing. This was a fight. They were throwing hands. When you throwing hands like that, it's hard to turn that energy off and put positive football energy on. But I thought both teams did a good job with that.
Yeah, I was surprised that Prairie View switched quarterbacks in the middle of the game like that, because they were still down. I think they were down by like 2 scores, and they benched the quarterback, and I thought that was kind of strange. I'm like, he wasn't playing half bad, but I mean, why would you make a switch and kind of mess the whole momentum of the game? But man, that's crazy. I'm just glad that fight didn't really break out as bad as it could have been. I think they did a good job by containing all that. But man, so Southern got some hands, man. I ain't surprised, because I got a
Hey,
partner from Bastrop, man, Louisiana. Man, Rob got them hands. Shout out to Rob from Bastrop. I seen them hands personally, man.
I don't want to say nothing, but it seems like almost anytime something happens in any sport, if there's a fight, Southern somewhere in the mix. I mean, I know we had that fight at the indoor track meet a long time ago. We had the fight last season with JSU in football. I think our women's basketball team had a fight with Texas Southern one year. We had it wasn't a full fight, but we had a dust up against Texas Southern basketball a couple years ago. For whatever reason, man, we the common denominator. I don't know, we starting everything, but we always end up in everything. So, and the fight from this comment here against Pine Bluff, man. I don't know if you remember that in 2011, I think it was. We lost to Pine Bluff on an extra point at the end of the game. And man, did they have a big fight under the game? And I'm talking like 30 plus guys suspended by each team. They had a stack of suspensions, so many people suspended. So we'll see what the SWAC do with this. They still ain't made no kind of ruling, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, like Los J say, man, TSU shut Southern out. So the last two games, Southern has scored over 40 points in each game. They're averaging 41 points a game. So even with a shutout, so TSU, y'all could probably put that in y'all hat for the rest of the season. So we win SWAC. Y'all can say y'all shut out the SWAC West champs. So we'll let y'all have that. But
hey,
we do have fight in our fight song. So
shout out to that boy Eric Dooley whooping ass without a stain on him, still clean out there. I can use a coach
that man
fighting and still come out clean as a whistle. That's crazy, ain't
it? Hey, that's like you a well-dressed man. Man, don't nothing stick to you. Don't no dirt stick to you. You just you scotch guarded, man. It all just slide right on off you. But speaking of coaches, man, let's go ahead and get through this, man. I got a late view of everything that happened because I was watching Southern play when I finally got the video sent to me. So I waited till late that night to really get into it. But what was your thoughts on that whole situation? Let's start through the whole thing from pregame on. What was your thought about that whole situation?
See, that Jackson State Alabama State rivalry, if people don't realize that rivalry been kind of brewing from a long time ago. I don't know if you remember when Comedy, when they cheated us on that field goal, and I remember Comedy, said after the game they effing cheated. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember the brawl when Harold Jackson was there too. In the end zone right before State and been beefing for a while. Even it intensified with the press conferences and leading up to the pregame, which Prime always walk around the field. But he wasn't to me, I don't think he was being disrespectful. But to hear some of those players cuss him out like the way they did, man, I thought that was real disrespectful, man. I kind of hate that happen like that. And hey, Jackson State, man, got the last laugh at the end, man, and Eddie Robinson still got his butt hurt, and it's it's sad that it went down like that because people wasn't talking about how great of a game. This was probably one of the best games of the weekend, man, and it got overshadowed by foolishness, man. And that's the bad thing about it, man. I hate to see Eddie Robinson even speak on Prime like that because he spoke so well of him in the beginning, man. Sports is sport, man. But at the end of the day, man, I thought at the end he lacked a lot of class, man. And even though Prime had some little bit to do with that, but man, it was really unfortunate. But But if you go back and watch the game, man, I don't think that Prime was trying to run up the score. If you look, I mean, they were sitting a blitz. It looked like a blitz. He threw it out of bounds, and then he ran the next 2 plays and ran the clock out. I mean, hey, game was pretty much over. But I kind of wish they would have did that handshake at the end. Definitely, if Robinson was feeling some type of way, he should have just, kind of just waved and walked out instead of doing that like that, man. I hate to see that went down like that, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna run through everything. Like I said, this thing got way more attention to the game itself, which takes away from great game by both defenses. Man, Alabama defense played really well. JSU defense did what they did what they do, but I agree with you as far as the cursing at coach. I don't care who. No players should curse any adults. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just not, no team should be ran that way. That your guys got to carry themselves better than that. You can talk noise, but you need to be respectful in how you talk your noise, and you really should not even be talking to the coach. You can talk to the other guys because they was out there too. So you need to say, F whoever, then say it to the guys that you're gonna line up and play against, so they can bring it to you on the field. Because it's like Coach Dooley said, you can fight for 60 minutes on the field. So that can be handled on the field. But I thought at the end, I thought Coach Robinson was in his feelings a little bit. Like I said, I you might not rock with somebody like that, and you might not want that hug on your dad, but just go through it. It's already in motion. Go through it.
Right.
Hit it quick and move. Or when you pull him in, tell him, man, I don't rock with you like that or whatever. That little issue made everything look worse than what it was. And then, you had people and stuff. And then he got this conference, and he still was feeling it. And he said some things that make no sense. But if he would have just had a calm head and just let it ride, or say we had a disagreement and keep pushing, this stuff would still be talked about. Because now this is a situation that's gonna be talked about for a while, and it overshadows a good football game. So I think it shows that he has a lot to learn as a coach, because he still knew this, and he found the one thing I've been saying since he got the job is I want to see how he handles all aspects of coaching, and I know he's still having some problems, adjusting off the field, and now this is something that would not even be an issue for most coaches, because you just you like you say, you either wave at him on the way off the field and don't shake, or you shake and move on. It's just something that hopefully he'll learn from this, and he'll handle on his team, because you don't want to be looked at as a program that's not run the right way, because that could follow you. You had a ton of kids there, on visits, that can follow you. Your negative recruiting is very easy, man. Like, man, don't go play for that dude, man. You want to be hung out, you want to be stuck with a program like that, man. He gonna get fired one day. You can't. It's easy to negative recruit that. So you just got to be a whole lot more smarter about what you're doing. So yeah, I mean, it made for some good jokes, but as a football fan, and if you're a supporter of Alabama State, I think you don't want your team shining that light. So hopefully, him and Coach Dancer can hug it out on the field. Now he got to remember now, Dion was Coach Prime was a cornerback that he didn't really tackle a lot. Coach Dancer was a linebacker. I mean, I know Eddie Robb was a linebacker too, but Coach Dancer gonna play the lumber, so you might not want to get crazy with him.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for the chat, man. Does anybody disagree on how Prime handled the pregame? Because I'm still trying to figure out where he was disrespectful. Is there any unwritten rule in football or anything? Because I didn't see him walk through the kids. I seen them walk around the kids more so. If anything, I just didn't see anything disrespectful with that, and that's I'm still trying to figure out. And also too, Alabama State lost a lineman, man. I mean, what the defense offensive lineman just recently that played back in 09. I just saw the guy, man. I can't even think of who it was, but man, I'm sending my condolences to him, man. Him and his family.
Yeah, I saw somebody make a post, but I didn't catch a name, and and so I definitely want to send my condolences as well, because it's we just you hate for things to happen. So if anybody can let me know who that was, so I can give my proper condolence, man. I appreciate it. But I will say, man, to me, the rule is if both teams on the field, you don't cross on the field. You don't cross one side or the other. Both teams out there warming up. That's what ball boys is for, to go get the ball and all that stuff. But I don't know. Now some people say that the issue was Alabama State. They locker room entrance is on one side and the visiting is on the other side. So a lot of people feel like because he was on that side, he was crossing over into that area. That's a touchy thing. I know he go out there and he do his walk before the game, but I know how it is to be on one side of the field and the other. So I don't know if the sidelines extend to that. I've heard some people say it do. So I can't. I think that's one of the things that I think everybody kind of got their own interpretation of. But I'm definitely a big proponent of when we both on the field, you stay on your side of 50, man. Don't come over here because I'm interpreting that as you coming over here for something. So you stay on your way, we stay on our end, and that was to me one of the issues with the fight with Southern and Prairie View, because both teams had to go to the same end zone to go to the locker room, and I thought somebody should have been out there to keep both teams from going at the same time, because they already had been having words. That's one of the things I like about Southern is the locker rooms on different ends, so there's no reason for you to cross in a situation like that. But it's just one of them things, man, that you got to. I guess anybody at any time can have a different interpretation of it. And they were at that point where they was probably looking for a lot of stuff to really get them going anyway. So it just was one of them things. So I'm leaving it at that, because I don't want to get at no more energy than it already got. We like I say, hardly nobody talked about the game. And we didn't even talk about the game. But it was I think it's something that we need to just both incidents, man, just move on from them. And we got a few good games this week to talk about. So man, let's go about some football coming up this week. Grambling and FAMU 1:00 kickoff. Grambling first home game of the season. HBCU go.
Yeah, they've been some Warriors.
6 games in a row, man. They finally coming home and they get to play the Rattlers at home. That's a good start.
Ooh, yeah. It looks like it's going. That game going. Man, maybe they get the G back this week, but I don't know. They Grambling not playing real good football, and FAMU looks like they getting their stride on both sides of the ball, man. I think this is probably gonna be a rude homecoming awakening for Grambling, man. I still probably think they're gonna take a L in this game, man. I mean, FAMU playing some pretty good ball right now.
Yeah, I think FAMU is they kind of coming in the form. Still got a few questions with the run game, but their passing attack is really, really clicking right now. They got the guys, and Musa knows where Xavier Smith is now. So I think that's gonna be a matchup for Grambling that they're gonna have to try to neutralize the receivers as best as they can and try to make FAMU run the football. But I just think offensively, Grambling still have a lot of problems. They still have a lot of problems with their offense. 6 games into the season and you don't have a true quarterback, that's gonna be that's gonna be a problem, and I think that's gonna be something that bite them in the butt. And yeah, I think I think a lot of the going back to the issue, I think a lot of the talking before, I think Coach Robinson tried to hide, try to let it not get him during the week. But I think everything once the game built up, I think all of that stuff came to him. I don't have a problem with, as long as you're not being disrespectful, you can say what you want in the media. I think certain things were said, and I think just one of them issues where one get to them, and that was that. So we're gonna we're gonna change the subject, man. We're gonna
get back to so we can talk about that for hours.
Yes, we could, and I don't really want to do that. Let's talk about speaking of Pine Bluff. Let's talk about this. I don't really want to talk game. Let's talk about this classic getting canceled. First off, let me say before you start, I knew this was gonna happen, man. If you go back and watch some of our old shows, I said this many times, man, that they wasn't promoting this game throughout the summertime. I saw not one flyer. They didn't have a website till like September. They at one point the bands weren't even gonna be there. So it already was something. Hey, we gotta at least talk about this for a minute, man. You can't
man,
that quick. But it's like one of I now you're moving the game to Pine Bluff on Sunday, and Alabama and them got to make travel arrangements, and I don't know what kind of crowd you're gonna get because it's last minute. So I thought this was a situation that was really, really, and yeah, I mean, no doubt, man. That was one of I think a lot of people who was keeping tabs of this, you realize that this was gonna be one of them situations where if it happened, it's gonna be a surprise. So I know you had made a video about it, man. What's your thoughts on that situation?
Yeah, man. Y'all tap in after we get off, man. I actually did a small short video on my channel about the game getting canceled. But I hate that game got canceled, man, because that was a good game to get people interested in HBCUs in that area. And I just hate that the promoter dropped the ball, man, and really fumbled a good game that could have brought in hundreds of thousands of dollars to both schools, man. And it's sad that they got to break all the travel arrangements. People got to probably cancel flights and hotels. That promoter, man, I think he had a bad reputation of promoting. I'm surprised they even went with that promoter, but man, it's sad. I never seen any promotion for the game. No advertisements, no posts or anything, man. I was like, dang, what I didn't even know what's called a River City HBCU Classic until last night. I just hate that.
I know.
I just hate that game.
I forgot what I was calling it, but it wasn't that. And like you said, man, whoever was, they had some janky promoters for real. So and that's one of the things that a lot of people who don't like classics are trying to scale them down. This is the instance that people always look at, man. It's like you don't have a solid organization running it. You don't have the money being given out or spent, and then I thought it wasn't a good look when he made his statement that it was everybody's fault but his, So I thought that he took no accountability for what happened, put it on other people, and that don't work, And I really think I don't even think he'll have an opportunity because number one, he probably calls the city of St. Louis a better matchup in the future because this game could have probably led to somebody else coming up there. But I think that he really not be able to do anything, and that's just what that's just a bad look, man, especially to happen so close to game,
what the
man. It's what the
hey,
somebody wilding, man. What's going on?
Hey, hold on. Do we have a moderator in the chat? Oh no, we got we gotta get that up out here, man. Yeah, that's just popped out of nowhere.
I'm gonna have to give me a moderator, man.
Yeah, we
no
need
doubt.
a moderator. Get that out of here, man.
What the? Hey. Somebody, if anybody want to be a moderator, man, y'all key up on my socials. I'm gonna make this happen, man, because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe Jessica Wells put that up there because I think that was a problem.
They trying to get the birthday weekend started right, huh?
Hey, not like that. I'm gonna make that happen for y'all, man. We're gonna hook up some things and get our people right for this. So we're gonna make some things happen because I got to fix that for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, we like I said, we'll work it out, man. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna try to hook y'all up before the next show. So we. Oh man, I'm gonna blame that promoter for that, man. He behind this, man.
The old promoter put the old bad link in the
Jake. Them old janky promoters, man.
It might be DJ. DJ might slip it
in. Hey, I'm looking funny now. Man, okay, man. Let me see if I can pull this back together. Do you got any thoughts on the actual game that's taking place in Pine Bluff this instead of
Yeah, I actually, man, this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be a pretty good game, man. I think I'm gonna get Alabama A&M. It's gonna be hard for them to get that win. Pine Bluff plays pretty good at home, man. But I think it's gonna be a good game between both teams. They got an extra day to prepare since the game is gonna be on Sunday, I believe, at 3. But I think Alabama A&M defense is gonna be the key in this game. I think they're gonna, since they are proven, I think if they play well in this game, they should get that W pretty easy.
Yeah, and this comment here from Lawrence. This elimination. This is an elimination Saturday. If Grambling lose, they out. If Pine Bluff lose, they out. So a lot is on the line. Not just at the top of the division, but a lot at the bottom too. So it's a very important game for both teams. Pine Bluff, if they want to run, they got to start this week. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I think A&M playing good football right now. We'll see how they play on the road. Those couple at the home. We'll see if they can carry that on the road with them. They should not have to wear proud. So it should be a nice for them because I don't see a lot of people being at this game. Alabama State and Valley.
Oh, this could be a potential trap game right here. Hey, the question is Alabama State still, can they bounce back from that loss from JSU the way it happened? And, are they still focused on that Jackson State loss? Because if not, this can be a potential trap game. And if they lose the Valley, social media and the SWAC is going to go live on this, man.
And, if they lose the Valley, it's over with.
Okay,
man. They got some breaking news.
Hey.
We gonna get
to bet on that
in a second. I'm gonna let my boy Jamie G. I'm gonna let my boy Jamie G take the floor in a second on that. I just want to throw out my thoughts on this game, man. If Alabama State lose this game, and then they lose the Magic City Classic in a couple of weeks, I saying nothing be, he's not gonna be fired or nothing, but he got the all SWAC social media on his head, man. So if he thought it was hard now, the next couple of weeks it's gonna be tough. And Valley, Valley not playing well, but Valley still can catch, man, if you slipping. So he need to make sure his team is on point. You don't want to get caught. Hey, don't throw that Pete quote in the somebody gonna get embarrassed. Internet Pete, 1999. Somebody gonna get embarrassed. And Lord have mercy.
See, last season, Valley beat them. Valley beat Alabama State. So it's still, I mean, this game's still a toss-up, you know what I'm saying? I mean, Valley defense has been playing well, but they get the clicking on offense. They might mess around and slip up and get Alabama State. You got to think about this too. Is Davis gonna be healthy for this game too? Because I mean, the quarterback
that's a
play,
good question.
Is gonna be the question too. Because I mean, I think Alabama State should run the ball more because you got to get Santo Dunn to rock, man. That dude can make a lot of things happen.
Santo Dunn.
I'm telling you, man.
I've been saying that for 6 weeks. Man. That man got to touch the ball. Like you say, Valley beat them last year. Valley almost beat them in the spring. They had a late, they had a 4th down conversion. They didn't get late enough for a midway 4th quarter that cost them the game. But if Valley can get that running game going, and the way Alabama State been playing offense and the way their defense is, this is gonna be a game. So if Valley can get a couple breaks, you don't know where they find themselves. If they find themselves in a tight game in the 4th quarter, they can still list. So this is not a foregone conclusion. It's only a foregone conclusion against Valley if you're always good. And right now, the Bama State offense is not at a point yet. So defensively, I love their defense. This game is in Montgomery.
Okay.
That might be the one thing that can sway it for me since it's on the road. Bama State playing at home. So
who we got next?
Next we got that breaking news, man. That Bethune-Cookman gonna beat Jackson State. That's what we're gonna talk about next.
Is that on NCAA 14 team builder in the dynasty mode or something? That can't be real life.
There you go. I got a 99 rated quarterback.
Jalen Jones will be running for the Heisman on the NCAA football game, man. Not in real life. Man, I hate to say it, but
so
somebody said final 3.
I can see it.
Oh my God!
The way Alabama's playing offense right now, I can see it. I can see it the way Alabama State play offense, man. But you gotta So what's your prediction for the game? Payne?
Man, I think yeah, it's gonna probably get ugly for Bethune, man. I'm just gonna be quite honest, because last year it got ugly too. And they kind of let Bethune hang around last year, and then they took off. But man, with the way Bethune been playing offensively with Jalen Jones, man, I don't think. And definitely he been turning the ball over. Jackson State gonna create a lot of turnovers, I think, in this game, and I think J State gonna capitalize off of it. And then Jackson State just have too much going across the board, man. Offense, defense, it's just gonna be way too much for Bethune, man. I think Bethune's defense has been playing. It's been getting a little better, but that whole team is still trying to gel offensively and defensively with new coaches. So it's kind of, man, the way they playing now, I don't think they got a shot in the dark against Jackson. I'm just sorry, man. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I think Jackson State come out better playing the Jaguars Saturday, man. if you want a good game.
But I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say one of the things that is gonna hurt Bethune-Cookman is oh my God. Well, hey, Grambling scored 3 touchdowns, so one of them was a turnover. So maybe it happens. Hey, I can see 3 scores right here. Kick return. Look, kick return. a defensive score, and 1 offensive score. That's 3 touchdowns right there.
I don't think they're gonna get 3 touchdowns. I think honestly.
What I will say though is I think that this game is Bethune-Cookman has some turnover issues with interceptions. So that's to me gonna be the one thing that seriously hurt somebody in this game. I think they're gonna have a tough issue with that. So I think they're gonna have a problem with that. So we'll see what happens in this game. But right now I don't feel too good with Bama State. And Bama State. I still got the Hornets on the brain, but Bethune-Cookman. I don't really feel too good for them right now. I like their special teams, man. Darnell Dees, man. I think that it was a game breaker, but I don't think they got enough guys that can really make some things happen.
Yeah, I just think I think Jack State gonna be a little bit way too much for him, man. And I know that, man. It's hard to score on Jackson State, man. Even that defense is playing too well, and then they got Shiloh coming back. I think who the other is it Frankie Burgess? I think
Travis Hunter coming back.
Travis Hunter might be coming back, and you already know he's gonna shut down the whole side of the field. Man, I don't think Bethune might get 1, but they're not gonna get 3. If they get 1, it's gonna be a lucky touchdown, probably like in the beginning, and after that, Jack State gonna wrap that up, man.
JSU been giving the points early in games recently, so you know, like I said, I think they're gonna hit a big play, man, and it probably not gonna be enough to change the tide of the game, but they'll get their shot. Let's see what else. The only game we got left after that is Southern and Alcorn.
Oh, hey, though. Now this is the heavyweight fight of the SWAC this weekend. Man, it's gonna be a good game. I'm still thinking about should I come to Baton Rouge and see this one. Because shout out to my nephew, Jesse Short.
Oh man,
he got an invite to come down to Southern for the game. He's an offensive lineman at Colin. So I think Southern is trying to recruit him, man. He like 6'5", 280. And my nephew, a beast, man.
And you know we treat offensive linemen well down
Yeah,
here.
I was thinking about it.
That's right, guys.
Yeah, right, yeah. But I think this game is going to be. I think it's going to be more so of a defensive battle than what most people are going to think, because Southern's defense is playing good, Alcorn's defense is playing good. I don't even really think this game going to be that high scoring like that.
Yeah, I hope it's a better defensive game than it was last year, because last year nobody got a stop at all. 35-38. They game at all. So I think both defenses playing much better this. Both teams can run the ball really well. I think the passing attack for either team, whoever has consistent passing attack, is going to win this game. I like Howard at running back for Alcorn. Southern got 4 guys that they use to run the ball. So it's like it's by committee. So you never know, who's gonna get the hot hand, so to speak. But this is gonna be a game where both teams, if they have success running the ball, it's gonna be an interesting matchup. Alcorn 20 sacks on the season as a defense, so you're getting big pressure on the quarterback. Southern right behind them. I think they got like 15 sacks or 14. So, both teams can get pressure. I like this game, man. It's gonna be a fun game. This the SWAC Bowl, man. They're already going at it over there on their channel. So, a lot of people gonna be at this game, man. Gonna be a great atmosphere. It's always nice when. So, it's great. I'm gonna be in great spirits that weekend. So I like my Jags though, man. I always said as soon as Southern finally beat Alcorn, I'm gonna pick them to beat Alcorn the next time they play. And we finally beat Alcorn last year, and I think we're gonna beat them. And like the comment said, Jason Dumas is gonna be a key factor in this game. Last week he didn't put up big numbers, but they double teamed him a lot, and that allowed a lot of other guys to be successful. So, if you double him, we got, Jordan Lewis didn't even play in this game, but we got 3 or 4 other guys that are playing well at defensive end. So if you double him, they got a chance to go one-on-one with a tackle, and I like that. But I think that y'all not gonna take over now. Alcorn people don't take over Baton Rouge. Half of y'all live here already, so you can't take it over. You already live here. So, but I know the Braves gonna be deep now. They're gonna be deep. We're gonna make y'all park and go. So y'all don't go in the back entrance because y'all gonna have to walk miles to get to the stadium. So I expect it to be a great game, man. Like I said, my birthday tomorrow. So a good birthday present from Southern on Saturday. I think it's gonna turn out really well. So Jags don't lose on my birthday. Woo!
But I think the key in this game is gonna be the tempo.
Yeah, I think that's gonna definitely
the
be
tempo
the key.
Is gonna be
the one thing I will say,
like who's gonna have the best conditioning.
Hey, Preston, I ain't even know you, and I know y'all live here, man. My family is from Woodville, so I know how close it is. That's hopping a skip. I know a lot of Braves people live here, man, so it's all love. But I think, like you said, is going to be the key. Southern want to go fast. They want to play high tempo. They want as many plays as they can run. Coach McNair, you know how his football teams are when he's successful. They don't want to play slow, but he ain't got no problem with grinding it out. So he got a running game that he liked this season. If Alcorn lead, he ain't got no problem running that ball and getting that game over with. So, like you said, I think tempo gonna play a big factor in turnovers too. So this should be a great game, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I think I
love. We lose Alcorn a lot, but I love playing Alcorn. What you say?
Did I say I'm gonna get all? Nah, I'm just say I got Southern in this one. I think I got Southern gonna be in a close one, man.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game, man. And winner basically takes if Alcorn win, they got a good hold on the division. So it's do or die for Southern. Every game from this point on for Southern is an elimination game. Alcorn got a good chance of getting a nice hold on the division. And yeah, man, they turn the lights off on that man out there, man. Telling people you doing a show.
Yeah. See, I'm outside.
Lights on.
Yeah, I'm outside, man. I'm on the road today, so I had to do the show on the road. So, but yeah, I'm over here, But what I'm about to say,
I think
train of thought. But yeah,
I think it's gonna be a physical game though, man. It's gonna be a good hard-hitting game. Should be a fun game. But man, like I said, I'm gonna let you get on up out of here, man. So they don't turn the rest of the lights off on you out there.
Man, no, I'm good. I'm good right
and chopping it up with us.
Oh yeah, I'm good though.
All right. Hey, we'll go a couple minutes longer, man.
Yeah, we could talk about
I ain't wanting to have you out there in the dark,
No, we good. I got lights. Got the gym right here behind me, so we good. Anything? What? I know it's something else we could touch on. let's touch on shoot. I guess did anybody want to touch back on Alabama State just a little bit, the Alabama State JSU thing? Because we really didn't get to talk about how the game, the recap of the game, man. I think I want to talk about the game.
Talk about the actual game.
The actual game.
Yeah, let's talk about the actual game. But before we do that, the HBCU game this week is FAMU and Grambling. The Grambling been on HBCU Go like the last 3-4 weeks. So Grambling playing it gonna be on HBCU Go. But let's touch on the game a little bit before we get before we wrap it up, because like I said about the game at all. I didn't get a chance to see any of the game. So why don't you give me your thoughts on the game itself?
Yeah, the JSU came out the first half like they always usually do. They come out kind of flat. And I knew that coming off the bye week, I felt that they was gonna come out flat. They didn't play very well. And a lot of people expected Jackson State to hang 60, 70 points on Alabama State. And Alabama State's defense is really solid, man. They're not just gonna get 70, 60 put on them. That's a stingy defense. Alabama State missed a lot of tackles in the game. And offensively, they still just couldn't really Shador threw the bomb to Kevin Coleman, and did he big runs by Wilkerson, and they closed the game out. Man, and man, to be honest, I never felt that Jackson State was gonna lose this game. Some people like, man, Jackson State might lose it. Nah, defense too good for JSU to lose a game. I think they defense keeps them in games, man, and it keeps it's hard to score on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they rotate so many guys in and out.
I said the defense is a good eraser, man. You can play free as hell on offense, because if you turn the ball over or you don't score, the other team moving the ball, you'll get it right back. So there should be no pressure as an offense, because no matter what happens, you getting the ball back. It's kind of like the Ravens back in the day. How Ray Lewis was like, man, y'all give us 17 points and we'll that you have you. So yeah, JSU was leaving points on the field, but Bama State was not moving the ball. They only had 179 yards of offense. So you're not gonna win a game like that, no matter what the score is. The score could have been 7-6, and unless Bama State got in field goal range, I still think they would have won that game, because you can't move the ball consistently, especially if you can't move the ball, you can't win.
It was horrible that day. They missed a crucial field goal, and I missed a crucial extra point. I mean, that's like 4 points off the board. You know what I'm saying? So to be honest, I felt like if Jackson State would have played them right after Mississippi Valley, this game wouldn't have been close. I'm gonna just be honest with you. I think Jackson State took that week off, and then had to get back into that mode of playing football. And they were a little relaxed coming out there, but the second half, man, they made those adjustments, and it was over. Shout out to Alabama.
Yeah, and I think
a great game defensively. They really did, man. I salute to them, because a lot of people had them getting shut out. Well, I have much respect to Coach Robinson, his defensive staff, definitely. But I think they got a real good team, man. They just need to figure out how to get some offense going, man. That's what he need to really go to the drawing board and see what he need to do with that offense.
Yeah, I think that's their biggest issue. Man, let's jump ahead another week. I want to touch on this, then we're gonna get up out of here, because I ain't ate yet. Never eat before the show. My wife said I fall asleep, so Um, what you know about Campbell so far, man? I've been trying to watch them a little. They got a big against A&T this weekend, I think. So I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes on that. But you been keeping up with them at all yet?
Yeah, I watched Campbell. I kind of chimed in when they played North Carolina Central. They have a big physical offensive line, man. That offensive line is, man, I think them guys averaging like 6'5", like 305, 320. You know what I'm saying? And they all look lean and man, they move. I'm talking about, bruh. They open some holes and stuff. And man, that's I think that's gonna be a good challenge for Jackson State. I think they're gonna line up 1-on-1 and be able to. It's gonna be really physical. I think the Camel really physical, fast, and I think he's gonna give Jackson State a challenge, man. They got some real good skilled players and everything, so I think it's gonna be a daunting challenge for the Tigers coming up.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably really. Yeah, they play A&T this week. Let me double check that. Is A&T homecoming this week, and I think they playing Campbell this week. So that's definitely a big game for them. That would be if I'm thinking correct, that'll be their first of 2 homecoming games on the road this season. So the Camels are homecoming bait. So we'll see. But I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on it. A&T not great, but they still tough at home. You know, you still gotta kind of expect it from the Aggies at home, especially on homecoming. But I'm going to definitely keep my eyes on this game. And no. Actually, this week they play Robert Morris. So I don't know why I thought they were playing. They play A&T after they play JSU. So they play Robert Morris this week at home. So I'm going to keep my eyes on that game for sure. Like I said, they play JSU next week, and then they play A&T the week after. So not two road games back to back after that. So we'll see what they do. I'm gonna definitely keep my eyes on them and get my scouting report ready for them. I want to know really what kind of team they got. So man, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man, and get my weekend started off. They got one day, Friday, so gonna celebrate birthday tomorrow, and then watch the SWAC football on Saturday.
Happy birthday to you again, man.
Hey man, I appreciate it. You got anything going on with your show this week?
I may do a quick recap Saturday morning before all the games pop on, and hey, I'm gonna be definitely kick back watching SWAC football this week. Yeah, and that's gonna be pretty much it.
All right. Everybody, man, y'all make sure that y'all tune in to the UAPB Sports Network on Sunday, man, and catch the broadcast of that game, the radio broadcast. I don't think they TV. We need to all listen, because I think if all of us who are in the chat right now listen, there'll probably be as many people as there will be at the game. So let's all tune in and support the Golden Lions, man, because they are blessed to get a home game unexpectedly. So we'll see what happens with that. Maybe everybody can get a turkey leg for the game. So let's make that happen. But hey, you know I gotta keep the jokes going, man. But with that being said, man, I'm about to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Again, man, Jamie G, thank you for stopping through, even though you're on location tonight. Thank you for stopping through. And hey, I hope they give me one. I hope they give me a dub. Hope they bring a gift wrap dub for me. But I know them birds never go down easy. So we'll see what happens with that. But man, like I said, we're gonna thank y'all, man. We'll catch y'all next week. It's homecoming in Baton Rouge. It's homecoming in Jackson next week. It's homecoming in Lorman next week. It's homecoming in Itta Bena next week. Hell, it's a double homecoming in Baton Rouge. Unless you got homecoming the same weekend. Baton Rouge gonna be crazy the next week. So hey, we got everybody coming to Baton Rouge, man. Y'all know what's going down on the bluff. everybody, y'all know how we do for homecoming. So let's get this game and see what happens next week. So with that being said, man, I'm about to go ahead and get on up out of here, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend and be safe if you're going to the game. So we'll catch y'all next week.
Y'all be careful. Y'all have a good one.